Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks Plays KSP Season 2. This is our first episode and as you can see we are playing with KSP 1.1.3 until 1.2 becomes stable enough and all the mods get updated. I'm sorry how we ended up Season 1 basically in a Shakespearean way, killing off poor Hansen, but yeah, he ran off food supplies, what can I tell you, I was an idiot. But we are coming back to Duna and its orbital operations because I want the black cat of Jewel to rest a little bit and hopefully go to sleep so that I can resume my operations. And already you can see beautiful vistas and eclipses, as the mod pack that I'm using for the Series 2 is slightly different. Rather than Astronomer's View Beta, this is stock visual enhancements together with Scatterer. This is something that I wanted to play for a long while, and yeah, so I'm definitely enjoying playing this. And needless to say, you will hear me complaining about the frame rate a lot less, because when I was playing here, I was playing with 28 frames per second, which is, compared to the previous 5, a significant upgrade as you would assume. Okay, burning to reduce our periapses, because the idea is that I want to come in a low, and I would like to eventually get aero captured, and then I would probably get I would land someplace around Duna. So our periapsis is set to 13, and our I have preset, hold on, let's hold orbit retrograde, surface retrograde, and we have our antenna deployed. Well, I'm just putting back the signal delay, and okay, 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes we will be activating our communitron. Then I'm inflating airbags. Just in case, you never know if we might need them. And I believe I've already armed my parachutes to open around 30,000 meters or something, I believe. Well, and we are entering Duna. Slight burning there, and I'm trying to use my engine to offset a little bit of speed, reduce our orbital velocity as quickly as possible. I am in control because despite the fact that I have withdrawn both antennas, I still have the communitron, small one, or reflectron, sorry, that is minimum range but still unbreakable in the atmosphere. So burning, burning, burning. We have 300 more delta V, which I intend to use as much as possible, obviously. Great. 280 delta V. Decreasing our velocity. 700 meters per second. We're doing just fine. And our impact biome will be Midland. So I'm preparing to deploy my parachutes. Okay. Deploying the parachutes. Perfect. I forgot that although you had to... I didn't arm my parachute, so I basically, once I staged them, they got deployed. It's very different because now I'm playing with no signal delay. So, okay, we are coming up on terrain in 3,500 meters, so I'm just burning to reduce my surface velocity still. I know that the parachutes will kick in, but still, I think we're going a little bit too fast for the altitude. Okay, jettisoning the fuel tank. Oh, and I hope that it doesn't stop to bite us up the ass. Okay, and parachutes deploying. And bam, it went down. Okay. And touchdown. Perfect. Rover dude's airbags did their job well. Perfect, now I can cancel command because my Communitron survived. Let us deflate the airbags. Perfect. Let's see if we can drive this sucker. Now, where is my infernal robotics screen? Well, there it is. Oh, hold on, I have it in the sidebar. Yeah, like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm not used to this sidebar as well. Lots of changes happened since 090 when I played it last time. Okay, anyway, we have extended our wheelbase. Let's rename the Duna Rover 2. And let's drive a little bit, shall we? I mean, this area looks pretty nice. It's Midlands, but I want to drive to at least top of the mountain just to have a better view, if nothing else. I mean, we are scouting and we have the guys in the orbital lab who are piloting the rover. Basically, guys at Duna Orbital 1 are doing that remotely, as you can see, and because of our time delay is 0.0827 seconds. If we were to control this from Kerbin, this would be impossible because the time delay would be just simply too big. Beautiful sight, screenshot to behold. This is definitely one for the books. Okay. By the way, guys, I'm aware that sometimes you will see some stuttering, and sadly I've done a lot of research. It's not possible to remove from 1.1.3. I hope it will be gone in 1.2, but I'm just gonna have to live with it, and sorry, you too, guys. Well, overall, but I can tell you it's much more nice to play in the definitely in the 1.1.3 than it was in 090. Okay, that being said, let us take the second thing around Duna, and that is our carbonite miner. If you remember, we have successfully sent this craft to the Duna, and it's our carbonite miner. So now the idea is that we get it deployed somewhere where we have carbonite. And I've been fiddling a little bit to try and find the optimum location on where to deploy it. And I have already determined that it's very close to the second rover, actually. So that's definitely one place where we want actually to be deployed. And you can see the little X on the Duna here. So this is the place where I'm planning to land if possible. Its biome is Midlands, and it has a total of carbonite concentration of 4.83 roughly. So that's the idea. If you go to Scansat, let me just show you how I chose the landing target. The landing target is here. As you can see on the map, the carbonite concentration says 4.37. I'm looking for it to be equatorial and around biome that I know. That's a little bit of preparation because there is no point of us landing on biome where we don't have any carbonite to mine. and we really need to refuel our liquid fuel, oxidizer, liquid hydrogen, and all that jazz. So I'm kicking it slightly into the inclined orbit because I want to be landing as close to that X marking the spot as possible. So a little bit fiddling, but with a maneuver node, as I'm trying to figure out what would be the best angle and how to best approach this. And as you can see, I'm also using trajectories, which is the new addition to this mod list for the 1.1.3. I was using it before, but I've given up on it because it was taking too much of the system resources and bringing my frame rate by 10 down. This is no longer the case for 1.1.3, so that's why I decided to go with it. Also in this 1.1.3, I have a few more mods. Some of them are rover dudes mods, some of them are especially for rovers, which I'm not sure how much I will be able to showcase because I understand there are some problems with wheels. I'm not sure if it's wheels or landing gear. So if you guys know, please let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it, but this is the version that I'm gonna be sticking with until we get to the point when 1.2 is updated, and then I'll probably copy all the crafts as I did here and move the save to 1.2. Note that I didn't exactly port this or upgrade to 1.2, but rather I manually recreated each and every craft and station that I did in Series 1 and placed it via hyperedit around the appropriate orbits for the Season 2. This was the only way how I could continue onwards. So, going for another pass, we have T minus 2 minutes 57 seconds for the burn, and you can see the better burn time mod also being installed just below the timer ticking for the burn, but since we have the flight computer who is actually executing this burn, we don't have to care about it, just enjoying the show. Really, I really like the graphical improvement, and guys, I'm sure as most of you have noticed already, we are running this Series 2 in 1080p as many of you have requested. I understand that was basically a request from a lot of you, and given that I'm playing now with 1.1.3, I was able to play it in 1080p, so from now onwards we shall have KSP in 1080p for you to enjoy. So, a lot of good stuff happening with Series 2, hopefully. Now let's execute this planned maneuver. 35 meters per second burn, and I really like this graphical enhancements from hot rockets and these engines, so they really look beautiful. Okay, now we are correctly placed, and we want to be orienting orbit retrograde, so I'm just telling the flight computer to orient the craft orbit retrograde, and we will be slowly entering the Duna's atmosphere and slowly but surely getting aero captured around Duna, and hopefully we will land somewhere in the vicinity of that X spot. Just to be on the safe side, I'm putting the signal delay to 45 minutes, and I will make sure that I give the command for this communitron to activate in 45 minutes in case one of our communication dishes gets snapped during the landing procedure. It can happen because antennas do snap under high G stresses, and despite the fact that I have short range antennas for communication, I just want to be absolutely sure that if we land successfully, we are able to communicate with the craft onwards. Okay. This you're seeing roughly in 2 to 3 times acceleration, because I no longer need to accelerate my videos due to the low frame rate issues, so it will probably, you will understand that some of my episodes are taking place in a little bit more sedate pace. Let me know how you like it. Personally, I enjoy a lot playing like this, but let me know how you feel watching it. Okay. Waiting for... I'm just examining, admiring the view a little bit as we are descending. Oh, and we have an iCrise. Beautiful. We just see a shadow. It's definitely worth a screenshot. Okay, trajectories is getting updated, so the landing site projected by trajectories is coming closer to the X that we envisaged, which is definitely good, because for the last stage of the descent I plan to use both drogue chutes and then the main chutes. Oh, and we have a sunrise. Beautiful. I just love the way how planet changes colors and how scatter affects this planet in all kinds of beautiful ways. It's really humbling. I mean, the guy who did scatter and stock visual enhancements are real heroes in my opinion when it comes to this. Okay, as you can see, our signal is being bounced by a Duna communication satellite, which is one of the reasons we have them. And we are roughly traveling at 4.72 Mach, 914 meters per second. Wow. I'm just now trying to examine if we will really land near the point that I've been hoping for. I'm trying to guesstimate where we will be landing though. I think we will aim it correctly, but I'm hoping to see a small, bump like with respect to... And I'm switching from holding orbit retrograde to holding surface retrograde. And here you can see this X sits on a small bump like a small mountain. And once I see that mountain, I will know that we are on the right place. So what I'm expecting to see on the surface is rover followed by a mountain. So when I see these two, I know that that mountain is the place where I'm supposed to land. Okay, and there's our rover. Let me just check. Yeah, rover and mountain. And our projected landing site is way off, but... So that means that the mountain after this rover is the place where we ultimately want to land. Okay, so that's that Midlands biome, which has high concentrations of carbonite. Okay, great. So far everything is going according to the plan. I'm just a little bit scared that I might go out of satellite coverage, but I hope that another satellite will pick up. That's the only thing that concerns me at this moment. We are just flying over our rover. And now we can clearly see that mountain top on which we are supposed to land, which is great. Well, it isn't a mountain top, it's a flat top, it's Midlands, but still. Okay, let's bring up the instruments panel. Yes, ScanSat instruments. We are currently flying over lowlands, and which has a low concentration of carbonite. And that's okay, because this is not a place where we want to land. We want to go on the X, and that is Midlands. I want to make sure that I burn a little bit to shave off, because my orbital speed hasn't decreased significantly, so I want to bring a little bit closer our trajectory's projected landing site towards our actual landing site. And we have still 907 meters per second delta V, which I fully intend to use to brake as much as possible. We're still not in the position to deploy our chutes, and currently we are above Midlands with 5.3 carbonite concentration, so we should be kicking our chutes as quickly as we can, and we should be kicking the gas as quickly as we can. So as you can see, I gave it full throttle because I want to brake as much as possible. Target distance 5 kilometers. We don't need to land on the nose, but we do want to get as close as possible, and I'm popping all of the chutes. Popping down the landing gear. We overshot it a little bit, but doesn't matter. As long as we land where we have enough carbonite, it will be fine. I'm also monitoring the slope where we will be landing, and I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't exceed 10 degrees, because we don't want our Minmus Duna carbonite miner to be crooked. It would be harder to land, easier to tip over, and despite the fact that I was using a pretty wide base, to be sure on this one. I mean, this is a remote controlled craft, but it's not fully automatic. Once we actually get it to the station, we will need an engineer to come out and repack all of the chutes before we can use it again. Going down 3,000 meters, and we are where carbonite is 4.25%. Chutes are opening. Slope will be 6.6 degrees, which is perfect. And I do plan to do final brake with our engines. The chutes did deploy, but I think still I'm gonna kick a little bit more of the engines just before we hit the ground, because I don't want to be hitting the ground at 16 meter per second. So little bit more, and 2, 1, and contact. Kill the engines. Beautiful. Our carbonite miner has landed. Let us take a screenshot. Then we will deploy the solar panels, and we can cancel the command because our Communitron survived. Let us deploy the drills and start mining. Start carbonite drill. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, those drills can be used also to mine for carborundum, but we don't have carborundum anywhere here. So I'm gonna put 2 drills, and one of them will be converting for monoprop, and another one will be converting for the LFO mix. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the carbonite miner. Now we will just leave it to do its stuff and get refueled, which we will then use to contact and refuel our stations. As you can see, it will take quite a while until it gets fully refilled, but then again, we don't need to care. We can just wait until it gets fully refilled, and then we'll come back to it. Screenshot. I'm just trying to see if it has LH2O and oxidizer. Yeah, okay, why not? Okay, and the final note for this episode, let us do some reshuffling around Duna orbital station. As you know, we have assembled the Duna orbital station, but we have people that are basically all in the cockpit. So I want to move them around. Since Varuk is commander and engineer, we shall move him into the command center for this station because he is responsible for this whole station and its operation. So, Varuk, buddy, you are going to the command center. Man, this station is so nice to see in 20 FPS, or actually this is not 20, this is 10 FPS, around 11. But compared to the one that I'm used to playing with, this is just amazing. Okay, that's Varuk. Let's see, Mike J, you are a pilot. So that basically means that I want to have you somewhere out of the way. You are basically used for piloting the ships, but other than that, I mean, I won't bug you too much. So I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure we can reassign you temporarily to the agroponics module. I think that you will actually find it interesting there. Okay, then we have Moomin, who is a scientist, and he is our science officer for this whole operation. I'm also thinking to moving him to aeroponics module because I'm not sure if you can put him directly here, but no, you can't to put him in the agricultural. So I think I'm gonna put him as well in the agroponics module to be overseeing what Mike J is also doing and help him out a little bit because he has science background, he should know. Okay, next one, Kustha. We have Kustha, HMV and Phoenix. So Kustha, okay, you buddy are going to the Kerbitat. You have done one part of your mission, so now you will actually go to the Kerbitat and just take a nap, enjoy, relax a little bit. Maybe help a little bit when it comes to water purification systems if we'll need it for our life support. Okay, boarded. Then we have HMV and Phoenix, and they are parked in the SSTOs. So HMV I'm gonna just transfer directly to the agricultural module because we need somebody to actually take care of the plants. And Phoenix buddy, you will go, you can inspect the SSTO. Even more importantly, take a selfie. Say hi Phoenix. Oh, I'm definitely putting that one as the episode thumbnail. Okay, and you go to the Kerbitat, also have some nap. Perfect. Okay, guys. So beautiful screenshot, Duna sunrise, and let us just so. For doing aeroponics, we are missing on... Okay. We are turning on stuff, and as you can see, our food remaining, water and oxygen levels are rising, and that's the whole point of running with life support, so this station becomes self-sufficient. Okay. Okay, guys, we are coming up to the end of this episode. If you like the episode, hit subscribe for more KSP content. And let us just set up maneuver nodes and alarms for transfers to and from Duna, because we will need to do supply missions and we will need to return our Kerbals at some point back home and rotate the cruise. But that will happen in some future episodes. Until then, thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off from Duna.